Hello, we're here at the CFA Toronto Women in Finance Conference, and I'm here with my guest, Tasneem. My first question to start us off today is, what do you do career-wise, and what has been your career journey so far?
Hi, thanks. Nice to be here. Yes, my role right now at RBC PH&N Investment Counsel is that of Chief Investment Strategist, and my team and I are charged with the curation of our platform. So we have about 150 to 180 products that span from equities, fixed income, alternatives, and across the globe from all our different partners. But then we also have different types of vehicles, whether that's mutual funds, whether that's models or ETFs or private market products. And what we do is we run the due diligence, the accountability, the monitoring of that platform so that our investment counselors continue to draw upon the best expertise across the world as far as investment management is concerned. And then I also, we run a lot of project initiatives around how can we make the experience better for our counselors from a portfolio management and construction perspective so that they can give the best experience to their clients as well.
Sounds like you're doing a lot of important things. What do you love most about your job?
I love having an impact. I think the work that we do, like I indicated earlier, is very project oriented. And someone once told me, you know, when you're in this business, often in financial markets, it can feel a bit like a hamster wheel because of the news cycle. But so much of the work is strategic in nature that we do, and it leaves a lasting impact on the business, which I think is quite meaningful to me and my team.
Wonderful. One of the questions we had today was, what have you most recently changed your mind about?
Yeah, that was probably the hardest question I had to ponder on a little bit. Um, for me, I think I've slowly been changing my mind about this idea of this need to be likable,
Mhm.
this need to be liked. I think there is a lot of value in being approachable and easy to work with, but the need to necessarily be likable, I've had to grapple with
Yeah.
this idea that I don't necessarily need to seek validation externally,
Yeah.
knowing who you are and knowing what you bring to the table.
Mhm.
And also, frankly, having a voice at the table and being able to say no. Those are the kinds of things that I've tried to learn and have had to make myself
Yeah.
change my mind about in time deliberately.
Yeah, that's really insightful. I think really helpful for a lot of our listeners.
No problem. Thank you.
My last question for you today
Yeah.
was just someone maybe starting out in finance. What would be your best advice that you'd give them?
There's a number of things, if I'm being honest. The first thing I would say is if you want to be a student of the financial markets, it's very important that you read a lot, reading the financial press, reading research reports, reading different types of financial reports from different parts of the spectrum, different parts of the world is incredibly beneficial. The other thing I would say is just knowing the power of your network, right? Who you can reach out to develop a relationship with and learn more about the financial markets, the world of finance, because it is so vast when you consider, I sit in wealth management, but of course there's also asset management, there's investment banking, there's capital markets, there's sales and research. There's just so vast that we can lean into. And then lastly, I would say, you know, I've been in this business for almost 20 years now. And I think times are changing where more and more women are feeling good about entering this business. But I do still think that there are women who question whether or not they're right for this
Yeah.
business. And what I would say is our business, I think our world of finance is fundamentally relationships
Mhm.
oriented and communications oriented. And who better to conquer that than women?
Yeah, well, that's a wonderful answer, and it does go into our bonus question if I can
Okay,
ask it
sure,
too.
sure,
And
no problem.
why is supporting women in finance so important?
Oh, I mean, there's so many reasons, if I'm being honest. I'm a big believer in diversity. And I think we need to have different viewpoints at the table. And you're not going to get that unless you have a single sort of profile in the room. I think it's important to have women at the table because they will bring other diverse women onto
Yeah.
the table as well, other diverse experiences to the table. And it's through that diversity, I think, that we're able to have a different lens on what success looks like, a different lens on how we should approach risk management, and a different lens on, how to move forward strategically and grow.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us today. That's
Thanks
awesome.
so much. Lovely to be here.